guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Let's just totally ignore my hair today. I'm sorry, like, it's raining buckets outside. I can't even. So today I'm going to be talking all about this new palette from Essence. This is the Spice Up Your Life eyeshadow palette. I saw this on Essence's website. This retails for $9.99, which is ridiculously cheap for an eyeshadow palette. So I figured, hey, why not give it a go and see what it's all about, see if it's worth it. Even at $9.99, even though that is such an affordable price point, ultimately, at the end of the day, if the eyeshadows aren't good, it's still not going to be worth your money. So in this video, I'm going to be swatching all the colors for you, as well as showing you how I did today's look, what I have going on right now. At the end of this video, I'm going to be telling you my thoughts about the palette and whether or not I think it's worth it. But this was something that just really called to me, A, because of the price point, B, because I feel like this just like screams fall. These are all very like fall shades. And there's a lot of kind of unique shades in here that I don't have in my collection, specifically Cha-Cha Sriracha, the one that I've got pretty much all over my eyeball today. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the swatches and then I will show you what I did today for my eye look. Alright, first color in this palette is Pumpkin Spice. It is a shimmery orange shade. So you can see it's a little flaky, but there is a decent amount of gold shimmer to it. It's a nice shade, but even digging my finger into the pan, there was a little bit of fallout going on with this one. This red shade, Cha-Cha Sriracha, is definitely like the worst culprit. Even digging in to get this little finger swatch, there was a ton of kickback. There it is, Cha-Cha Sriracha. As you can see, kind of patchy, obviously. Definitely getting that chunkiness, but once you blend it out, it's okay. But like all that fallout, I don't know, it's just not great. This next shade over is Hot Chili. Really tried to get as much on my finger as I possibly could for that one. It's another shimmer shade. It's got just a hint of a pink reflect to it, but nothing too extreme, obviously. Not the worst shade in the palette, but also again, just not awesome. Last shade in that top row is muddled wine, muddled wine, isn't it muddled wine? No, I'm super confused. This is a cool tone berry shade. It's a matte. Once again, did you see that fallout? Like there was a lot of kickback happening in that pan. I'm just really unimpressed with the matte shades. They just don't seem to be awesome at all. You can tell there's a clear difference between the matte shades and the shimmer shades, just major consistency issues in this palette. First shade in the second row is Party Time. This is yet another one of the shimmer shades. It has like an olivey green base with just a little bit of gold, but again, even for a shimmer, it's just kind of patchy and really not great. Not really loving that shade, and when I tried to use this on my eyes, it didn't really show up true to color. It didn't look as pretty as it does in the pan. Second color in the second row is Curry in a Hurry. This is gonna be your bright gold in the palette, and it's one of the nicer ones. Like, it's definitely not the worst thing ever, but again, it's just, you have to work with it a lot. You've really kind of got to babysit all of these colors. You really have to build that one up. Let's see, if I go back over it again, like it starts to look better the more you build it up, but do you see how chunky it's getting? I don't know, I'm just not impressed. Third shade in the second row is Spiced Apple Cider. This is gonna be kind of a muted orange, little rust vibe going on. Not the worst, it's another shimmer. There's a lot of shimmer in this palette, but as you can probably see, it crumbling off of my skin, not the greatest. I mean, like, it looks kind of pretty in the scheme of things, but on its own, it's not amazing. It's not super awesome. And the last color in the second row is Cinnamon Rolls. This is your dark, cool brown. This one is definitely a cool brown. It is another matte shade. Do you see the fallout? Like, it's kind of extreme. This was kind of my saving grace in the look out of all of the colors that I used to recreate the look that I made today. This one was kind of the saving grace, which is crazy looking at it in a swatch now because it's just honestly not that impressive. Okay, first color in the third row is Vanilla Bean. This is gonna be your just pale white shade, you know, cream color, but even still, like, look at it, like It's really not pigmented at all, and I even noticed when I went in to set my eyeshadow primer with this one that it just didn't feel as smooth or as creamy when I was applying it. Really unimpressed with it, which is saying a lot because I feel like these shades are normally like really hard to disappoint me, but this one somehow still did. Second shade in the third row is Maple, and this shade is so disappointing. Like, I thought it was gonna be gorgeous glitter city, but it's just like kind of, honestly, like it's kind of ugly. Like, I don't like this shade at all. I don't really know what they were thinking with that one. It's just, it's not a flattering color. It's not pretty. I don't like it. Can't really find any redeeming qualities about that shade. Third shade over in the third row is Chai Chai. Again, you have yet another shimmer shade. This one's a little bit nicer than the rest of them. It is a nice pigmented shimmer shade, which honestly isn't that difficult to do. So, you know, when you're asking the bare minimum, I guess you are gonna get it. Fourth color in the third row is Wild Pepper. This one looks beautiful in the pan. However, it doesn't really translate onto the eye. I mean, look at it. Like, does that swatch speak for itself? Very patchy, very flaky. It does have a fine amount of pink glitter in it, but nothing too exciting, and obviously nothing that you can really see on the skin. First shade in the fourth row is Cayenne, My Man. This is another shimmer shade, and this time it is a pink shimmer, but oh my god, look at it. Like, it's like just kind of breaking up and falling apart. It's not that great, not very pigmented, not that awesome of a pink shade. I mean, I just feel like all of these honestly look like crap. Second shade in the fourth row is Coco Loco. This is a matte shade, thank God. It is a soft brown, but it's just, again, patchy, flaky, not wonderful, not pigmented, not smooth. It's definitely like, that's so patchy, you know? Like, that would take so much more work than it is worth. Second to last shade is Carmelts. I tried to use this as an inner corner highlight, which you'll see soon. Again, this was just a very disappointing color to me. Almost no pigmentation, no payoff, no real shimmer that even really comes through. Like, it's a shimmer shade, but yet I see almost no shimmer when I apply it. Actually, if I sit here and just swatch it and just like rub it and work it in, it pretty much just disappears entirely. Like, where'd it go? I don't know. Last shade in this palette is Habanero Honey. This looks like a soft peach color with some gold reflect to it, almost duochrome-y. I thought this would be a beautiful, unique shade, and it is okay, but it's just, again, flaky, patchy, crumbly, not great. Once I start to blend it in, it almost just kind of disappears entirely. It's just not wonderful. Like, I already primed my eyes with my soft ochre paint pot, and then I went back and set it with the Vanilla Bean shade. I'm gonna try and incorporate as many colors as I can into this look without going totally crazy. Oddly enough, there's not really like a good matte transition shade in this palette to start off with, so what I'm gonna do, which I normally wouldn't do, but I'm going to go in with the shade Habanero Honey and Pumpkin Spice. I'm just gonna pick those up, mix them together on my brush, and apply those in the crease and just kind of hope for the best. Whole hell of a lot. The reason I wouldn't normally go in with those is they are both shimmer shades. But, you know, I'm doing what I can to make this work. Now to really kind of bring things to life, I'm gonna go in with the shade Cha Cha Sriracha. Super cute names in this palette, just by the way. Ooh, there is a lot of kick up. Do y'all see that? That's pretty intense. And again, just going to be applying that up into the crease area. To bring it in on my inner kind of area, which I normally don't do, but I want this shade to really be seen. Pigmentation is totally not bad. it's not a horrible shadow color and not really getting hardly any fallout when it comes to like down here, so that's good. Now I'm gonna take the shade Coco Loco and I'm really gonna focus that into my outer V. Again, with this shade, this is another matte shade in the palette. I'm getting a lot of kick up in the pan. I don't know, that barely made a difference, right? Am I crazy? I feel like that didn't really do too much. Let's try layering it up a little more. It's showing up, but it's nothing to write home about. That's definitely like not great. Can I just show you guys for a second? Like, it's kind of extreme how much kick up you get from these matte shades. So since I don't really feel like that did too much, I'm going to go back in with the shade Cinnamon Rolls. Just getting a massive amount of kick up with that shade. Cinnamon Rolls is definitely a much deeper, better shade. I'm gonna go back in with just a tiny bit of Cha-Cha Sriracha and just kind of blend over where those two colors meet to re-intensify some of the red, but also just blend it. I'm not loving how this looks so far. It's not the worst thing, it's just not really what I was expecting. Now we're gonna play around with some of the shimmer shades. Going to take the shade Hot Chili on my finger. I just find a lot of times the shimmer shades apply best with your finger, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm really gonna focus this on the outer part of my eyelid, just placing it right there. That is there. I'm gonna go in with the golden shade Curry in a Hurry. Again, I'm just using my finger to apply this shade. And I'm gonna place it on the middle and inner part of my eyelid. That's a nice shade. That's definitely showing up nice and pigmented. That same blender brush with no product on it and just smoothly running over the crease area to help blend out those shimmers just ever so slightly. Now that we're looking good and crazy, I'm going to take the shade Caramels and I'm just going to pop this on as a little inner corner highlight. It's actually kind of powdery. Again, the more colors I'm putting on my eyes, the more I feel like I'm losing some of them. Just taking a teeny bit more, just one final time of Cha-Cha Sriracha and putting that back where it belongs because I do feel like that shimmer shade covered up just a little bit of it. That's how it's looking right now. I'm not really super happy about it, but I'm going to go ahead and finish up with eyeliner and mascara and do the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be back to give you my final thoughts. Alright, so this is the finished and final look. I mean, okay, this is where I struggle is because I don't feel like it looks horrible. I don't feel like this is the worst look I've ever done in my life. I kind of always feel that way after putting on eyeliner and mascara. I've always kind of come away being like, oh, it's not that bad. Like, it is pretty. I think the Cha-Cha Sriracha shade is mainly the reason why I'm liking it. I think that color in particular kind of saved this look. But aside from that, I mean, none of the colors are amazing. They weren't standout shades. They're not like, oh my god, I need that in my collection immediately. So it's just kind of bleh to me, just kind of whatever. That one shade is pretty. Like, I like that one shade, but all the other shades that I used were really lackluster. Especially the deeper mattes. I had to work really hard to build those up. And the shimmer shades just were really unimpressive. I feel like a lot of companies have a much easier time making shimmer shade formulas, but for whatever reason, that was not the case with this palette. The shimmer shades seemed chalky, patchy. I was getting a lot of chunks falling out whenever I was applying them with my finger. Just all around not impressed. Didn't really appreciate this palette, to be totally frank with you. Alright guys, so end of the video here, final thoughts. I hate to judge anything too quickly, but I mean, honestly, like, if I could do it all over again, I would not pay $10 for this palette. Which is crazy because $10 is such, once again, that's such a low affordable price point, but I mean, for just what I ended up getting, the eye look I turned out with it, the way they applied, the way they blended, all of that combined together, just don't think it was good. I think you could find much better, much better palettes from people like ColourPop, Wet n Wild. There's a lot more affordable, good makeup on the market nowadays. You don't always have to spend $45 on an eyeshadow palette. You can spend closer to $20 and get a pretty awesome palette. But just the quality of these, how much kick up I got on the matte shades, how few transition shades there are in this palette. I mean, given you could always pull from your collection to create a cohesive eye look, but I really like my palettes to be kind of all-encompassing and like all in one go kind of feel, and I felt like it was almost borderline difficult to get the eye look that I came up with today. So I would have to say no, I would pass on this palette. I would not recommend it. Just, it's a quality issue. Like I said, there's just so much competition on the market nowadays that you don't have to settle. I don't think this is worth $10. If I had not purchased it from the Essence website, say had I gotten it at Ulta or something, I would definitely be returning this. The great thing about Essence is all of their makeup is incredibly affordable, and if you actually purchase makeup through the Essence website, they ship your order for free after spending $15. So I got free shipping on this. I'm not gonna go through the hassle of returning it since it was only $10. But I mean, it's just really honestly subpar. It's just not a great palette. Oh my god, my e.l.f. palettes, those are amazing. Those are $10 a piece. Those are incredible palettes, and you get, I believe, 10 shades in those. But I do appreciate the smallness of this palette, like how sleek it is and how it doesn't take up that much extra room. That being said, with all the kick up that you get from the matte shadows, I did have a lot of matte colors kind of transfer onto other colors. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope it was helpful for you. If you were thinking about getting this palette, like I said, I would pass on it personally. I would not get this. Have you tried out this palette before? Do you have different feelings? Am I judging it too harshly? Like, do I need to give it a second chance? Please let me know in the comments down below. I love talking to you guys there. If you have any feedback for me at all, I'm always listening. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That really helps out my channel. If you want to subscribe but you're not already, what you doing? I put out new videos every single Wednesday. I would love to have you back here. Thank you all again so much for watching. I hope you're having an awesome week. I hope it's not raining every single day where you are right now, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.